So, Ezra 9. This one's called Abusing God's Grace. Okay. It already sounds a little testy. So, remember what confessing was from Nehemiah 9? Confessing to God was telling God what we know about ourselves and what we know about Him. Even if He may know it, we don't tell God to inform Him. We tell Him to invite Him, right? Because it's a relationship. So confessing to God was one of the truest acts, right? Telling God what we did and what God already knows, what me and God already knows, what we and God already know, right? Confession is simple, but it's not always easy because you got to really face some truth that you may not be ready to or want to face, okay? Let's be honest. But it's necessary. Confession is necessary. It's essential. So remember Ezra back in chapter 8, he led some Israelites back from the exile? Okay. So the great sin that was committed was compromise. The people of Israel did not keep themselves separate from the awful and disgusting ways of people around them, such as the wicked gods, the temple prostitutes, and child sacrifice. They were doing wicked and disgusting things. Child sacrifice. Okay. Temple prostitutes, wicked gods. They were serving other gods. And God is a jealous God. He don't play that. He not gonna play about us, and that's understandable, I hope. And so, separate. Jesus prayed that we would be separate, that we would be in the world but not of the world. So we could live in this world, but we don't have to be of it. Now, there's so much definition of what the world means. We cannot follow God and live like the rest of the world. That's what that means. Like, so you know how culture, they do things one way, and then God has His culture and how He does things, and they don't always go hand in hand. Verse 2 in Ezra 9. They have taken some of their daughters as wives for themselves and their sons, and have mingled the holy race with people around them. And the leaders and officials they have led in this way of unfaithfulness. So the Israelites didn't just compromise with the world, they began to marry it. And that is bad. Okay? That's what they meant by mingling with the world, mixed company. And God has clear rules about this stuff. Don't marry outside the faith. Right? Perhaps you don't think this rule is fair, but God's rules are always good for us. Right? So God didn't want them marrying outside of the faith. It was in breaking that rule that led